Welcome to Mettle Memo number 45, the day I stopped bargaining with discomfort. So a quick note, I am now opening up one-on-one personalized coaching. So I've opened up applications for this coaching program, and if you're interested in a full workout plan for 12 weeks, a nutrition plan, please check out the link in the description below, or reading the newsletter and click the link. You could apply. And I'm super excited to be launching this and start working with people outside of my inner circle. So let's dive into it. Lesson learned. The day I stopped bargaining with discomfort. When your brain borrows someone else's scoreboard. So to truly start this London marathon training block, I ran a 5K test. So it was a 3-kilometer warm-up, then 5 kilometers all out, and then a 2-kilometer cool down. The purpose was simple. So to benchmark my pace and my heart rate so I know where I should live in training. But the real purpose showed up before the drive there. So I was scrolling social media and watching these 250 marathoners run like a 17-something 5K and asking the quiet question, where do I stack up against these people? So comparison only has two outcomes. You feel less than or you feel better than. Both are dead ends because you stop training your process and start training your ego. The real test wasn't my legs. I woke up nervous, not normal nerves, the kind that makes you doubt yourself before you even started. So thoughts like, can I handle 18 to 20 minutes at a maximum heart rate? What if I have to stop? What if my brain makes me stop? What if I fade? What if I can't handle it? And underneath all of it, do I actually belong in the room? I wasn't just trying to run fast. I was trying to be the guy who finally belongs, faster, more serious, not willing to quit. The exit door always appears at the same time. The track I normally run at was closed, so I went to a different one. Less familiar place and an unfamiliar energy, and then I bumped into a, quote, track buddy, one guy I actually did know. He's 70 years old. He coaches a rec team for like the LA track club, and he was about to set the Ventura 5K's course record for his group. He timed me. He tracked me. Every time I passed him, I had more snot, more drool, more fatigue dripping down my face, which is funny because that's what the real test does. It makes you human, not inspirational, not aesthetic, just honest and raw. The suffer cave is where identity gets decided. So my first mile was 5:38 minute per mile pace, or 3:30 minute per kilometer. My instant thought, there's no way I can hold this for another 2.11 miles. I looked down. Heart rate was at 188 and climbing. Second mile, 5:56 or 3:41 kilometer. Heart rate eventually peaked at 193. This is the moment that most people misunderstand because it feels rational. Just back off a little bit and regroup. Just catch your breath. But the translation is always the same. Just give me an exit. I knew I had 4 more laps. Then I could empty the tank. I tried to push. I hit a max heart rate. I held on, but the last stretch cost me. Third mile ended up at 6:05 or 3:47 minute per kilometer. My final result was an 18:15 for my 5-kilometer test, an average pace of 5:52 minute per mile and a 3:39 minute per kilometer. And I went straight into the suffer cave. For 18 minutes, I was at my maximum. The PR wasn't the main point. The last time I did a 5K test was actually 3 years ago at a charity 5K in Venice. I ran a 19:30. So yes, this was progress, real progress. But the bigger win wasn't the number. The bigger win was this. I proved I can do more than my mind thinks I can. That keeping promises to yourself, not stopping, not failing, not negotiating, builds something stronger than a PR. So the pattern I'm breaking in this marathon training block. On a lot of runs, I want to stop. Straight up, I want to stop. Not because I'm injured, because discomfort starts talking, and that part of my brain is a little bit louder than the fatigue in my body. I'll slow down for a second. I'll pause to regroup. I'll take a minute. And here's the trap. Negotiating turns into doubt. Doubt turns into panic. Panic turns into pressing harder to really earn it. And pressing harder is where injuries happen. That was my old loop. 1, discomfort hits. 2, I negotiate. 3, I realize I'm falling behind. 4, I press harder to earn it. 5, injury risk goes way up. And 6, my confidence then becomes fragile. This test didn't allow that loop. You don't get to bargain in a 5K test. You just do the work. So that's the new standard for this block. No negotiations, no panic, no hero moves, just finish the job. The old self, mirror. I recognized a lot of this in my sobriety. It was very similar to my sobriety. In my darkest phase, I was always looking for an exit, the easy way out, the microwave fix, something to release the pressure. The same circuitry shows up in training, but not as substances as bargaining. And the answer is the same. You don't feel your way into freedom. You decide your way into it, and then you keep that promise. So what this means for the 259.59 goal. Do I believe I'm capable of 259.59 or better? Yes. Is that false confidence? No. Because it isn't confidence. It's a contract. It is a goal I've never hit? Yeah, sure. And that's exactly why it matters. I'm not predicting the outcome. I'm committing to the process. Trust yourself. Trust the work. Build a plan. Follow the plan. So the framework. No negotiations and decide who you are. This is the breakdown. Step 1, set the standard. So write the rule before you even try. Standards remove improvisation. Examples. No mid-run bargaining breaks. I finish the job unless pain equals injury risk. Easy days stay easy. Step 2. Belief is a behavior. Belief isn't a feeling. It is what you do when doubt shows up. You act like the person you're becoming, even when your mind complains. Step 3, find the edge on purpose. Don't fear the breaking point, you map it. Hard sessions show where the mind starts to bargain. That's data, that's not a verdict. Step 4, extend the edge gradually. You don't build resistance in one heroic day. You extend the window by repeating discomfort with control, the same effort, cleaner execution, and less drama. Step 5, learn, then implement. After the session, one lesson, one adjustment. No shame spirals, no ego edits, just learn, apply, and repeat. Every week, paid members receive the Mettle weekly training plan. A complete 7-day layout, strength, conditioning, endurance, and recovery, real-world adjustments for busy weeks or injury comebacks, and one mindset focus to anchor your training. The free memo is where I share the lesson. The paid memo is where we turn it into your actual week. Part 2, tip this week. Tip this week, close the exit door. Most people don't quit when they're broken. They quit when they start to bargain. Your mind rarely yells, stop. It just kind of whispers deals. And just back off. Just take a minute. Just do it tomorrow. This week's practice is simple. Stop signing those deals. The tension. Here's a quick example. In my 5K test, the pain didn't scare me. The negotiation did. The mindset did. Because every bargain is an exit door you leave cracked open. So I'm closing it for this block and for my life. Rule 1, decide once and decide early. Make your decision while you're calm, not mid-run, not mid-week, not mid-spiral. So examples. I don't stop on runs unless I'm in pain, and that equals injury risk. I finish the rep range, even if it's ugly. I don't scroll comparison before hard sessions. Rule 2, name the bargain. So negotiation gets power when it's vague. Call it out the second it shows up. Example, this is me trying to escape discomfort. This is the exit door voice. This is fear wearing logic. When you name it, it stops sounding like truth. Rule 3, adjust without exiting. The goal isn't go harder. The goal is stay in the work. So examples, slow the pace slightly, but don't stop. Break the task down, but don't abandon it. And shorten the session, don't skip the day. You're allowed to adjust. You're not allowed to disappear. And lastly, rule 4, finish the job clean. Resilience isn't hype. It's completing what you said you'd complete without drama. So examples, last 4 laps, you hold your form and you keep moving. Last 5 minutes, no deals, just execution. And the last set, breathe, brace, and finish. So do this tonight. Tonight, write your exit door contract. 1 standard, you won't negotiate this week. 2 allowed adjustments, how you'll stay in without actually quitting. And 1 sentence you'll repeat when it gets hard, like, no deals, I finished the job. Part 3, what I am eating. Below are some pictures and macros of food I enjoyed cooking and eating from this past week. This was incredible. So we made these salmon cakes. So we blended up salmon and put some breadcrumbs in there and an egg with yogurt, rice, salad, and then bone broth. Calories 664, protein 62, fat 29 grams, and net carbs 36 grams. Second one's been kind of my go-to, which is grilled chicken thighs, Japanese sweet potatoes, and salad. Simple sweet potatoes. You chop them up, you throw avocado oil, some seasoning, you stick them in a pan, throw them in the oven at 425 for about 20-25 minutes, and you're done. And they taste perfect, they're crispy, it's great. Calories 410, protein 34 grams, fat 16 grams, and net carbs 29 grams. And it's winter, so we have spaghetti squash, ground beef, and red sauce. Calories 455, protein 35 grams, fat 13, and net carbs 44 grams. Part 4, how I am training. So Tokyo is 3 weeks out. London is 11 weeks out. And this is my weekly breakdown. Monday, full rest day, sauna and cold plunge only. Tuesday, run 8 miles, strength training, upper body strength. Wednesday, run 5 kilometers, strength training, leg strength day with run-specific strength at the end. Thursday, run marathon pace repeats, so interval training, but not at maximum VO2 max. It's about 1 hour training, 8.5 miles. Strength, upper body strength. Friday, we just do strength, lower day with an emphasis on posterior chain. And then if optional, we do cardio, easy zone 2, so it's on the rower, the bike, or the elliptical, and we do that for 30 or 40 minutes. Some weeks I hit it, some weeks I don't. Saturday, we run 8 miles. Sunday is the long run. So Sunday, 17.5 miles with race pace intervals. That's usually about 5 times 2 kilometers at marathon pace with a 1K float. Total running miles were about 45 miles-ish, and total strength time about 4 hours. The lifting, I'm focusing a lot on the Mettle weekly training plan. So that's the upper lower split. I'm share that. It's on my Substack. It's $6 a month. And that's where we really dive into kind of the everyday training broken out into 4 to 6 weeks utilizing progressive overload. Again, I am now opening up one-on-one coaching. So if you are interested in that, use the link to apply below. I'm going to read all the applications and see how my time can work with your goals and what you're focused on. It will be a 12-week commitment, so I'm hoping that you're willing to go all out and crush this next 3 months and be unrecognizable for summer. Anyway, that's it for Mettle Memo number 45. Happy training.